What's up folks, it's Fozzie here, welcome back to the channel, welcome to the first video of 2022. We're not going to go too long on the New Year's resolutions and all that, but we'll be very interested to see where we're at this time next year when we come back. So guys, if you do enjoy the video, leave a like rating, it's really appreciated. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and let's just jump straight into it. We're just going to be looking at the Headliners promo and what it's all about. Obviously last night, New Year's Eve, that's why there wasn't much content posted out on social or on YouTube, but EA released the new Headliners promo, and there's some really interesting cards in there. Some, I think for the average player, not so interesting, but I think have value for newcomers to the games or people maybe playing at the lower level that like using fun teams. And what I really want to do is just help answer some of the questions with Headliners. There's always loads of questions that come in regarding the upgrades, how they work and everything. So let me just show you guys the two different card designs right now. So if you go on to, like, say, Transfer Market and pick quality, you'll see a Headliners card, and you also see a Headliners Streak card, which we'll explain in a second. But that's basically when they get 4 back-to-back wins, the player will receive a permanent one-time upgrade, and that's why these guys are going to be a bit more expensive than maybe you'd expect on the market than normal promo cards, and it's because they do have the chance to upgrade. But all of them right now are normal Headliners, so we'll just have a little bit of a search, and then we'll look at some of the players here real quick. So the team is nuts, to be fair. They've given big boosts as well. I plan to look at Footbin and going through each player individually. But there's Acuna, got a good PS boost. James now looks like one of the best right backs in the game. Simeone really cheap. People have his player of the month. There does seem to be an issue with the dynamic images. They will be coming. The new Diaz card looks absolutely spectacular. He's like 70k last night when I checked. He's high, medium, 4-star, 4-star. The stats are just insane with outside of the foot shot. But while I leave you guys on this screen, I just want to go and have a little read through the EA notes that they released for the promo and sort of answer your question. So basically what it says here is Headliners are special dynamic items that are permanently upgraded and have the potential for further upgrades based on individual and team performances for the remainder of the 2021 and 2022 season. At the launch of Headliners, each Headliner player item is released with an initial permanent upgrade. That's why you've seen Simeone go to 88 above his player of the month. Acuna has gone up from what his lowest inform is, and so on. It's higher than any qualifying performance based item. Those items are team of the week or man of the match, or their base item if they haven't yet received a qualifying upgrade. So there will be a couple of cards who maybe don't have the inform yet, but they'll been performing well, so EA gives them the Headliner. Normally you'll see those guys in SBCs from what I've found. Basically each time a Headliner receives a performance based item, their Headliners will also receive an upgrade. So just for example, if Acuna gets a team of the week in 2 weeks time, this 88 card is going to go to an 89. If he gets an inform after that in 2 months time, that's going to go to a 90. If during that time Sevilla win 4 games in a row in the league, that then gets another +1 upgrade. So these cards are very, very cool in regards to just, it ties FIFA Ultimate Team in with real world football, which I think I love it. From the general consensus I've seen from other people in the community, they absolutely love whenever this sort of thing happens. We had it in the Euros. You get it with one to watch cards, but it's not so deeply involved. Showdown cards are one of the biggest areas for that, which we'll take a look at because they actually released new Showdown cards. But just sort of, it gives it a bit of emphasis to actually watching real world football and then tying it in with FIFA Ultimate Team, which I think is absolutely brilliant. They can be good to trade with as well. Very similar to one to watches. If it looks like they might get an inform, hopefully the Headliner will rise, because once they get an inform, the Headliner will go up. So that's for watching the real world football and sort of paying a bit of attention to certain games. Will help you understand why maybe the cards are all of a sudden rising and so on. And then just in addition, Foot 22 Headliners will also receive an additional one-time permanent upgrade if their club achieves 4 back-to-back wins during the remainder of the domestic league season. So it's very important to remember, it's only for league matches. Cup matches don't count, Champions League doesn't count, European matches, only the domestic league matches, because I know this gets asked all the time, in Discords and social media, everywhere I'm in. There's a couple of Discords I'm in. There'll always be the question of, they've won 3 games in a row, but one of those games will be the league. If they win the next one, will they get an upgrade? No, because it has to be domestic league. So that's basically what EA have also sort of clarified in the FAQ. The winning streaks start from December 31st, so basically any games taking place from today, 1st of January 2022 onwards, will count right up until the end of the domestic league season. So basically, let's say the end of May. It will take them until the following Wednesday to get upgraded. That's how it was last year. So for example, if they win, say we'll use Leipzig, if Leipzig win 4 games in a row, if they won the game on the Saturday, the 4th game, need it, he would then get upgraded on the Wednesday, and then it kind of ties in with informs, because then if they get the inform on Wednesday, later that night the card will also get an upgrade. For those of January transfer windows obviously open now as well. Some questions regarding like, will the dynamic images change with upgrades? EA have stated the dynamic image will stay the same. Obviously they seem to be having an issue with getting them working right here, because everyone's just got like the normal little pictures, but they will stay the same unless they transfer a club and then get a future upgrade. So it's probably not going to happen, but we'll use, if Diaz decides to pack up his bags from Porto and go join Manchester City, his headliner card, despite the transfer, will still stay as Porto until, and it's an if and a when suggestion, he gets an upgrade while playing at Manchester City. Then the club will change on the card to a Manchester City card, and he'll also get an upgrade. So hopefully that answers everything in that regard. Just real quick before we hop on to Footbin, I want to showcase the objective player who I think is absolutely incredible. Like, I'm not one for completing many objective players, but this one you need to complete. It's the headliners Felipe Anderson. We're going to look at him on Footbin, but you have to score one outside the box goal. You just have to assist 5 goals with 3 balls, using players with minimum 4-star weak foot. Keep that in mind. Win 4 matches, and then score a finesse goal in 10 separate matches. If you play golden goal in this, which most people will be playing, you'll complete this card in no time. Like, he released at 6 PM last night. I seen, like, checking Twitter, like 10 11 o'clock, people had him already. So, and from my experience of using, I got Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen got his team of the group stage card. It was an objective. It took me less than an hour to complete him because people play golden goal. So this card I absolutely love. This and the Diaz card kind of make me a little bit regret completing Vinny's Jr. I know Vinny's still broken, but we'll hit that point in the game now where we're going to have to be careful with what SBCs we complete, because cards like this are going to start coming out more regularly, and it'll leave you kind of like, should I completed it? Obviously I had modules untradeable, so it made sense, but that card's fantastic. Please just complete him, even if you're using as a super sub. I think he had a road to the final card last year with Porto, and no one expected to get upgraded. It was a really cheap SBC, and then he got upgraded and he was insane in game. So please do not sleep on him. And then real quick, obviously Chelsea play Liverpool tomorrow, and that's what the showdown is. But don't complete either of these cards unless you're a fan and they have sentimental value. They're costing 110k because they're both an 83 and an 86 rated squad, and they're both just bang average cards. Like, Kovacic doesn't look awful as a box to box. Like, if you had like someone like Kante playing DM and you had Kovacic alongside him with a shadow on him, he's not bad. Maybe lacks a little bit of strength. He can't finish, which you have to be aware of. This card isn't bad, but it's not worth 110k. Like, on the market, you'd be wanting to pay like 50k for this card. You probably would be more expensive because prem tax, but there's other cards, like even the Table SBC is better than this, and it was 70k. Obviously links play a factor, but I was interested in completing this as a way to get a strong link to Werner. Not so much anymore, but now I'll be hoping to pack a GMs. Reach GMs could get a strong link into Werner very, very nicely, and then I wouldn't have to use Semedo. And then the Keita card. Acceleration's nuts, and his dribbling is really, really smooth. His shooting is better. And again, he's in the same boat. You've just maybe put a shadow on him and play him as a box-to-box player because he's got the medium. But it's just not a great card. I wouldn't put my fodder into it. I think the only reason you complete this card is if you're doing upgrade packs and you have excess like duplicates that you need to use, and this is the best SBC at the time. But I imagine tonight we will get a actual headliners SBC as well. Then there is the daily SBC for the super sub. But that's the content in that regard. That's really what I wanted to cover and sort of explain for you guys for how headliners works. But we will flick over to Footbin now, because I want to go by each card one by one and look at the boosts they were giving and kind of discuss, because there's been some strong opinions going out on how the promo has some fantastic cards and some awful cards, and I want to kind of give a bit of perspective on what people are deeming the awful cards. So we'll flick over to that now and we'll take a look. Just really quick before we dive into the new players, you can see by the like ratios on the players, Kovacic is downvoted more than Keita, and I think that's because Keita is a little bit better than him, but these SBCs are not favoured whatsoever. Steer very much clear off them. But we're going to open up all of the cards. There's actually something to talk about regarding Ramsdale, actually, because there was a bit of a hiccup. Ramsdale was advertised to be in packs, like on the FIFA like loading screen kind of thing. He wasn't in packs, but like Blackson and Panthers and a lot of other people were sort of complaining about this because they were opening packs in hopes of packing him. Obviously his base card is a silver, but he would still come out in gold packs. Basically what EA have done, because he wasn't in packs despite being told he was there, they've now added him into packs and they've refunded everyone all the packs that would have been potentially affected. So if you cracked open, say, 1 million coins worth of packs, say like jumbo rare players pack, rare player pack, ultimate packs, all that, and you may well have, you could have packed an Mbappe there. You maybe you got some good pulls, but all those packs have now been refunded to you as well, and you can then open them again. So that's nice from EA. Obviously, it's their mistake in the first place. They need it to do that, but I thought it was worth knowing if you are wondering why you may be given free packs. If you wanted to pack a Ramsdale and wondering why you got a silver instead, that's why. So I think anyone who's packed his silver as well will be given the proper version. But yeah, we'll start with him. He's a good goalkeeper. He's 6'2". He's a goalkeeper. There's not much to say. The main thing to pay attention to here is the reactions and composure, and we say this for every promo goalkeeper. These don't change regardless of what the upgrade is. So he's been a 74, so his reactions, which aren't awful to be fair, but you want them over 80 ideally, and the composure is a bit lower. But there's high rated keepers with worse composure. But just in general, like we had the Portuguese keeper get an upgrade as a storyline player from a bronze, but his reactions and composure stay the same regardless of what the stats on the card actually say. So he's a cool card. Maybe you got a free version of him after packing the silver. There's Schick. We're going to start with what people are calling the dead cards. He's got a 2-star weak foot, which isn't ideal. He does have finesse, shot, and flair. He's 6'3", so he's tall. He's going to be heavy. He's got low balance, low composure. It's nice to see like a real world resemble card get featured in the promos. He's playing great in real life. He deserves a promo card. It's just a shame he won't translate well into the game. You can put an engine on him, but my thing here is for 12k, if you're a Leverkusen fan, if you like Schick, if you're new to the game and you're building a Bundesliga squad, and I know like you can probably just get Lewandowski and stuff like that, but if you just want someone different, there's an option and it's cheap. It'd be a different story if it was 100k and this bad, but you know, he's an alright card. He's 12k. Kandreva is the big one I want to discuss, and I put a tweet up about this. His inform is 28,000 coins on Xbox. It's 15k on PlayStation, but his brand new promo card is 13k. It's cheaper than the inform. Now I know there's a demand from informs. I fully get that, but it's absurd that the brand new promo card, which is 3 ratings higher and is actually decent, is less than the inform. So he's 4-star with a power free kick. But if you look at his upgrade, they've not done it for all the players here, but EA have been aware of where they need to do certain boosts to try and make people usable. They've given him a +6 overall based on his base card, but they've given him 18 PS. Like they just know that's what had to happen. And a lot of people were saying this card's useless. He is medium, which isn't ideal, but he's 4-star, and for a starting squad, which a lot of you guys will be. As we say, we've covered squad builder videos. You can put many chem styles on him, and he's just a good card. Like I probably would want to boost the reactions up, and he's got good positioning already, and his passing's not awful. For a 13,000 coin card, to put a marksman on that, and obviously he has a chance of getting upgrades. This is where there is a bit of a misconception in the community. Not all the promo cards are going to be directed for the people like me and you who are playing this game a lot. People who are playing the game more than me as well. They're not all for competitive players. A lot of them is just for like fun squads, giving cheaper options for people. And if you have a Serie A squad, or maybe you have, I think even if we look at Florenzi, if you want to play a 4-5-1 and you've got a starter squad, you can use Florenzi and that Kandreva card, and you're spending less than 30k, and you've got a good right back and right mid, strong link there. They're both gonna have 10k, and they'll both be good for a starting squad. So like if you have 100k to spend, maybe not 100k, 100 to 150k to spend, it's a really good way to get strong links in there. And I think people need to be a bit more aware of those players having value. Diaz is the card that really interests me. As I was saying, he is 83,000 coins now. Based on his goal card, he's been given huge passing, huge dribbling. He's high medium, 4-star with the outside foot shot trait. A lot of people will be giving him an engine, I imagine, because they want to boost up that balance because it's 78. But he is 5'11" with good agility, so I can't imagine it being too big. That makes him a really good wide player, and the finishing's not bad. So if you're playing him as a strict left mid, or maybe even as a left wing, this will work. Just don't be surprised if he doesn't finish some of those opportunities, but he does have cracking shot power. And one of the big things about this card is because I've started getting the Liga Portugal players. If we go to his links and we go to perfect links, you can perfect link him to this Uribe card, who is free. He costs time, and maybe you have to spend a little bit of coins getting the squad together to play the objectives for him. You can perfect link with that, meaning like you can literally probably just play him, with 2 red links to him from the left back and the centre mid, Diaz the left wing. They're both going to get 10k, and this card's great. This is a fantastic box-to-box player. Really good stamina, pace is good. He's got the outside foot shot trait as well. He's got 3-star, 4-star. He can ping the ball well. His passing's actually good, and the dribbling's solid as well. Most people putting a shadow on him, and he's been an absolute unit in game. So for 70 to 80k to buy Diaz, and then get this card from objectives, and then before getting this guy, you can also do the squad battles ones to get like the left back and the centre back. Straight away, you've got a really good, like, strong left hand side of your team. So again, top notch for me. I absolutely love that Diaz card. I want to close some of these tabs real quick. Reece James, the right back, I'm going to aim at the pack. Obviously, I have Nelson Semedo already. Haven't been enjoying him too much. Based on we'll go off his inform here. So he's been given the +3 upgrade, but they're giving him +6 pace. So I think they knew that's where things had to go, and they have given him a +5 on the balance too. His composure's still that a little bit lower than you'd like it to be, but he's 3-star, 3-star. His crossing is exceptional for a fullback, especially if you're getting going forward. He's got good strength, stamina's in that good spot. I think you need to have at least 85 stamina for a fullback, unless you're planning to constantly stay back. He might be a little bit heavier in the ball, and for that, with the amount of engines, I'll see some people put an engine on him, but this is a tremendous right back. He's 160k, I think, on the premise that people, I know they've had a bit of iffy form, but people will expect Chelsea probably would get the 4 wins. He's been playing well, they'll expect him to be like an inform and stuff like that, so that's why his price will be up there. Hopefully I can pack him first on untradeable. It'd be really nice just to get Werner in on a strong link, but great card. If you pack him, I'd recommend using them. Then we've got Acuna, which most people are going to play in game at centre mid. I think that's already going to be the verdict, and I imagine they could be swapping like Valverde with him at left back. But EA again, you got a +2 from his inform, but they gave him 7 pace. They knew that, like, at this point this inform card was good, but it was too slow even with the shadow. Now it changes things a bit because he's got exceptional stamina, unreal dribbling, his passing's great. He does need the pace though, and you put a shadow on him, you get a 93 at left back. But what you can also do is 4-star, 3-star, and he's high. If you have someone that can also play left back, if you shift this guy into centre mid, even if you start him off cam at left mid, he'll be on 7 chemistry with a shadow, not 8 to 7. I can click properly. Like, that card at centre mid is still going to be tremendous. So I'm surprised he's as cheap as he is because of how good he is. But I do remember when he had his centre mid card, and that's probably where a lot of people want to have him. I think might have been last year he had a centre mid card. It was absolutely nuts. Simeone, I was saying, he had his player of the month, which was like 40-50k when it came out. This card isn't too much different. If you missed out on the player of the month, then fantastic, you can get this guy. The player of the month is actually an amazing striker. I've just had so many different players to test out and try. I've not really got to play him too much, but I did have him for a full weekend. His dribbling's really good, and obviously he's got good physicals, 99 head and accuracy. Most people just throw a hunter on him, and they just have a field day with him, to be honest. He's the sort of guy that he just shoots and scores despite being 3-star, 3-star. If you fill him with nice creative players around him with the 4 stars and the 5 stars and all that, just let him be a beast up top, shoot and score. It's very, very good. Carrasco, this is where I'm saying some people got big boosts and others got really mediocre boosts. He's still 100k, but he just got +2s and 3s. It's a good card, but it's nothing that's like overly exciting for me. I had his inform, he's okay in game. I think he really needs like a 90+ promo card, probably with fixed work rates, to make him something special. But he's a good card if you pack him. And obviously La Liga has a lot of great options this year. And Nkunku is that player with endless promo cards, as you can see now. Obviously the Rule Breakers was a player pick, so there's a bit of a double up there. This card's cool though. It's good to see him centrally. Obviously his last one was a right forward position, and the right forward one had +1 PS, but had 3 less defensive and physical. So I prefer the central one in regards to getting links in. It can be a little bit easier. And obviously I think for what you want, I'd rather give up 1 PS to get 3, get +3s on other stats as well. So this card's good, man. Because he's medium, and he's slowly, overall he's been given +13 physical and 9 defending from his base card. He'll be really good as a box-to-box player. Plus, like, his shooting's good, and the passing's really good, and dribbling's really smooth, which is big this year, especially for his height and the lean body type. This guy's going to be nuts in game. Most people will probably put a shadow on him and play him as a box-to-box, and maybe a hunter and play him as a cam. But again, great card. He's going to keep getting promo cards all year. We have a player like this every single year. I hate people complaining about why he's getting promo cards because he is playing well. But you know, if you pick him up, really good. The next one's Cool Ballet, and I want to focus on something here because his Player of the Month came out, and this price has risen slightly since the Player of the Month came out because it was released. It was back on the 7th of October. This guy's been out for almost what, 3 whole months now? Yeah, not too far from 3 whole months. And people said this was an overpriced SBC when it came out, and I disagreed heavily. I've got almost 400, I think it's almost 400 games with Cool Ballet in my team. He's a unit. This new Headliners card doesn't shift things too much. It's a normal upgrade as we were for Carrasco, and obviously he has the potential to upgrade it, and Napoli are playing well at the minute, but he's 240k. I think given the time frame of when that other SBC was released and how much value people got from that, you know, it was a fantastic card. If you pack this guy, he can be hard to strong again, but he can play on it. I played him in it for quite a lot. If you can put in the Mertens SBC and you have, say, Politano, that gives you a really good way to possibly build a right-hand sided squad with Serie A. So hopefully you have a Mertens card, or hopefully we get another Napoli card that can sort of strong like him at centre mid. But he's also got a unique body type, which is, and a lot of people just look at the balance and agility and the low acceleration, but when he's got a unique body type, it kind of threw those out of the way. He's bullish. He got some bullshit stuff going on in game. I think the same exists for Van Dijk. He's got the unique body type too, and he's 6'4". He is heavy because the split isn't insane on this card for pace, but it's a tremendous centre back guy. I wouldn't be paying the 770k for him, to be honest. I don't think he's worth that. Obviously, people are with Liverpool playing, they're probably going to get the +4. Van Dijk's been having a good season. He might get another inform, so there is a high chance this card will hit at least a 92, maybe a 93. Good card. Don't think he's worth the price though. Honestly, you probably buy Gold Kimpembe and he'll play better in game. It's one of those without it is this year. But if you pack him, you know, you may as well use him if he's untradeable. But I would sell him. We'll go to Mbappe next, which 5 million coins. His inform, I think his inform's dropped a little bit. This card it's going to be broken. That's all there is to say. He's Mbappe. If you played against Mbappe, you know what I'm on about. If you've been lucky enough to have him, you know what's up. 5-star, 4-star. I think he's got the outside the foot shot. He does. He's got outside the foot shot. High low. The real thing he's missing here is maybe the 5-star weak foot or maybe a finesse shot. But outside of that, there's not much to say about this card. It's amazing. If you pack him, enjoy. GG. If you get him tradable, I would sell him and maybe buy the inform or the gold, because I don't think there's going to be too much difference between the inform and the gold. There's a little bit more in regards to passing, but packing him is going to be deadly. If you saved your fodder packs, maybe you have a bit of hope. But we'll end things off on the Felipe Anderson. 4-star, 4-star, medium. We'll discuss medium's not as ideal, but still for a free card, because he'll be very easy to get in objectives. In regards to a winger, the only sort of holes we maybe discuss here is finishing's 80. You want to boost that. The reactions are 83, which are fine for right now, but in a few weeks, maybe you want higher. So there are two areas you also want to boost. The stamina is lower as well. So depending on the instructions you use, the tactics you use, he might need subbed off. But his passing's very, very clean for this stage of the game. Compared to his 84, where he got a +3 upgrade, he's been given a lot of +4s, and a +5 and a +6, all in the stats that matter. Like +6 shooting and +5 dribbling. Amazing left midfielder. Absolutely unreal. I think we lacked it a little bit in Serie A. We had El Shaarawy, but he's doesn't translate overly well in game. And we had the Insigne SBC who came out, but it wasn't too much different from his normal one. He's also got a unique body type, so expect him to do some absolute bullshit stuff. He has the flair and the finesse shot, and he's right-footed, so play him on the left-hand side, chop it in on the right, hit a finesse with him. For that reason, if you want a marksman to fix the reactions, but I don't think you desperately need to, you can do this. Boosts the long shots, it doesn't boost his positioning. Deadeye, however, gets the positioning right up and the finishing right up. Get 5 less. Makes the passing even better. It's a tough one to know what you definitely want to put on him. I think you definitely want to boost the long shots. And his curves are really good. I think a Deadeye. Get the curve up, max out the long shots, or get long shots up and max out the shot power, and just have fun with this card. But that's everything for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. I'm looking forward to smashing out some content this year. Obviously, we're going to get the streams up and running as well in the next couple of weeks. Just have to get the setup back together. And that's me. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck with your Champions Rewards this weekend. Hopefully it's not too sweaty. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.